Are we live? Oh yeah. Welcome back to my channel. This is B Major here again, and welcome to Everyone Should Know Music. So today we are going to be learning musical sound, the sources of sound, and everything that has to do with it. So enjoy. Now, musical sound. Remember in the first video, in one of my earlier videos, I explained sound as it's the soul of music. It is 90% of what happens in music is sound. So now that particular sound, how is it gotten? Now all sounds are gotten through vibrations. Like something vibrates with another thing, and all of that. But there are two major sources of musical sound. Two major. The first one is the human voice. Human voice, like as I am speaking right now, and musical instruments. But for this video, would be dwelling much on musical or on the human voice. And so, if you have been struggling, probably you are a music director or a choir master or someone who just wants to know where in what range of voicing you fall, then this video is for you. Now the human voice. The human voice is a natural source of sound. It is the natural source of musical sound produced by the vibration of the vocal cords. That's the human voice. It is produced when your vocal cords vibrate. And there are four processes involved. There are four major things that happen for that vibration to occur. The first step is breathing. When your ear comes through your lungs, from the lungs. I am a commercial, I am an economist, so I don't know much of biology, but I believe that is when you breathe, when breathing comes in through your lungs, then the vibration, your vocal cords vibrate in the throat. In your throat, there's a vibration that occurs, and then there is resonance. You see, after the vibration, the sound is amplified in your mouth. That is resonance, and then the articulation where you form the words with your tongue, and those four major steps to produce sound by the human voice: the breathing from the lungs, then the vibration occurs, then there is resonance, and then there is articulation. Do you understand that? That is just by the way, anyway. Now, you see, that human voice, as I am speaking right now, as you are also speaking to your friend, as you are watching this video, or as you spoke 1 minute ago, or probably you sang in church or whatever, that human voice is categorized into four major parts. Four. Now listen very well, listen very carefully. Four major parts. Now those four parts are the major ones. There can be subgroups. We'll go over that in this video. But there are four major parts. There is the soprano, there is the alto, there is the tenor, and there is the bass. There is the soprano, there is the alto, there is the tenor, and there is the bass. Something like that. Now, this is where it gets tricky. I've seen lots of arguments and lots of misconception, but just listen very well. You see, remember when we are doing musical clefs, we did two kinds of musical staffs. We did two. We did the treble staff and the bass staff, right? And I told us that the treble staff accommodates the higher pitch and range of sound, while the bass staff accommodates the lower pitches. Now, you see, those four major human parts, the first two, soprano and alto, are usually written on the treble staff, the tenor bass on the bass staff. Now, why is this so? You see, the soprano, the alto. Okay, let me subdivide them now. Between soprano and alto, there are there are other two. There is what we call the mezzo soprano, and there is also what we call the contra alto. Now, the soprano is the highest level of voicing. It is the highest level. Like it majorly occurs among ladies. As a matter of fact, most soprano singers are ladies. Do we understand? Because they have this high pitch and high range. So the mezzo soprano is a tad lower in pitch than the main soprano, but also it's an high pitch, an high frequency, high pitch voice. Then we have the contra alto, which is before alto, which is a bit higher than the alto. And then we have the alto. So you see those four: the soprano, the alto, the tenor, and the bass. All four of those parts are usually sung by females. They are female voice types, majorly in most cases. I'll explain something at the end of this video, but in most cases, they are female voice types. And then those are usually accommodated on the treble staff. Are we getting it? That is category of voices. Remember, I first said there are four major voice types: the soprano, the alto, the tenor, and the bass. Now, the soprano has a lower voice that is not as high as the soprano, but that is definitely higher than the alto. We call it the mezzo soprano. Mezzo soprano. Then the alto has then alto also has a subdivision: the contra alto and the alto. All those four. Now I see the tenor also has what we call the counter tenor. Then the bass also has what we call the baritone, which is not as deep as the bass, but is deeper than the tenor. So counter tenor, tenor, baritone, and bass are male voice parts. They are usually accommodated on the bass staff. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Are you getting it? So female voice types are soprano, alto, tenor, soprano, mezzo soprano, contra alto, and alto. While the male voice categories are the counter tenor, the contra tenor, the tenor, the baritone, and the bass. Now listen. So what differs the voice types consist of many things, but the major difference is the range at which those voices can go, the higher and the lower, the pitch at which they can go. Now, if you check this chart, we'll see that soprano usually belongs to female, and their typical range notes fall between C4 and C6 on the keyboard. So if you are a music director and you want to group your choristers, the vocals under you, and you don't know the best way, just ask your pianist to play a tune, a simple tune. You can use a tune like, let's say, Ride the chariot in the morning sun, do 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 mi re re so, do 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 mi re. So everybody who can sing conveniently between C4 and C6, that is C major 4 and C major 6 on the keyboard, has the soprano voice. Do you understand? For the mezzo soprano, it's a bit lower. They go between A3 and A5 on a keyboard. Your pianist will understand. A3 and A5. The contra alto goes, also a female voice, goes between the F3 and F5. So let me use names. If Olu, for example, Sister Olu can conveniently sing a pitch on the C6, C major 6, a keyboardist, a pianist to understand, then she's in soprano. But if Sister Adon cannot reach C6, but she can stay between A3, A5, she's also soprano, not as high as Sister Olu, but a mezzo soprano singer. Do we understand? Now, so go on. For the contra alto, as I said, between F3 and F5, also a female voice category. And then for the alto itself, also between F3 and F5. Then for the counter tenor, we are now in the male voice categories. The counter tenor most times sing between E3 and E5. E3 and E5. E3, E5. At the end of this video, I'll attach these images, these charts I'm putting up, so you can download them, you can save them, and continue to use them. In between E3 and E5. And then the other male category, which is the tenor, they can conveniently go between C3 and C5. Baritone, baritone can sing between G2 and G4, while the bass go on E2 to E4. Do we understand? Do you get it? The basic difference is higher voices can conveniently take higher notes and higher frequencies, while lower voices can take lower notes and lower frequency. Do we understand now? So that is the human voice explained. The human voice. It's as simple as that. There are four categories, four major: soprano, alto, which are female voice categories; tenor and bass, which are male voice categories. But the soprano can also have a mezzo soprano. The alto can also have a contra alto. The tenor can also have a counter tenor, and the bass, the baritone. I hope you understand. Do we get it now? So, because the human voice is the most natural form of instrument, it is so beautiful. And as a matter of fact, we can form music using no musical instrument. I think that kind of music is what we call a cappella, where you see voices singing different parts, and it without any instrument in sight, and it will all make sense. Why? Because the human voice is the most natural form or source of musical sound. I hope I hope you understand. I hope you have learned something. I hope you have gained something. And so please, if you've learned, please kindly help subscribe, share, and also give me a comment. You can drop any question you want in the comment section. I'll always respond to them. Thank you. See you on the next video where we'll be talking about musical instruments. I'll be categorizing it as I just did. My name is B Major, and always remember you should know music. Thank you.